Good morning and welcome to our idea of doing some new restarting consultant training. Today, we're going to be talking about money. Yay, money. So remember, as you're Mary Kay, you are a business owner as opposed to this being a hobby. A hobby is something that's totally fun to do, but it probably costs you money. Being a business, most businesses, yes, there is money up front. There's things that you need to do to have your business, but the profit potential is way higher because you are in control of all the buckets. So a couple things that would be helpful as we're going over these. One, have a piece of paper and a pen so that you can be taking notes. The other thing that is helpful in the plan that Julia sent out last week or on her website is a tracking document that's called the Daily Action Plan. It is it can either be two-sided or 2 sheets of paper. These two things I have found are some of the things that help keep us tracking our business so that we are more on target for what we are doing. So when it comes to money with Mary Kay, what I would like you to do first, we're going to just track buying product, how we make our money, all of that. So what I want you, it's called a T-graph. Basically, draw a T, give yourself a space to write on both sides of your T-graph. Go ahead and write, make a T-graph on your piece of paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the idea of how we make money and where are places that we could be, what in business is called bleeding. What are things that we are doing that cost us more money than it has to? And the more money it costs us, the less money we make in profit. Does that make sense to everybody what I'm tracking here? So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with an example to show some easy math, but then we can change it to whatever we want. Okay, we're going to start at the top and we're going to make an example of 5 eye makeup removers. So that equals $100. So does that make sense? But at the top of your T, you're going to say 5 times 20, which is the eye makeup removers or any of our other items that cost us $20, just because it's $100 and $100 makes life really, really easy to do the math. So that's where we're going. Okay. At the top, 5, 100. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to track this money. Okay. So we're not sales tax, we pay to the company, we pay retail sales tax. When we buy the product from the company, we collect the sales tax from our customers, and that is a wash. We get charged sales tax from the government. When we buy our products, we collect the money from the sales tax from our government. It's a wash. Now, if you're silly enough to not charge your customer sales tax, that's your loss. Okay. So, Judy, what's your sales tax rate up where you are?
7%.
Okay. So you're 7. Okay. So so let's just use this $100 example. Where you are, you should collect, it says she bought her 5 eye makeup removers at $100. You should collect $107 from your customer. In Texas, where we are, it's 8.25. I should collect $108.25 from my customer. Okay. Yep. Now, if we choose not to collect sales tax, we choose not to go through the hassle to figure out the percentage. Understand, Judy, well, we're just going to use, I'll use me as an example. That means instead of having a possibility of a $50 profit to even start functioning with, I am down to 41.75.
Yep.
I've already bled my business by not collecting sales tax. Okay, so one spot, but that is the right, the reason we want to, I've said this before, the reason why we are excited that we pay sales tax on full retail when we buy our products. Granted, most of us don't like seeing that number when we turn in our order because it seems like a whole lot of money that's going out to sales tax. That means one of the things we do not have to do as a business owner is at the end of every single month, we do not need to file a report with every single state that we do business in to say, here is my sales tax that I owe you for the month. Anybody who has ever been in retail, any sort of upper management of retail, that is an exact thing that your boss has to do every single month, or they get in serious amount of trouble with the government because they're not paying their taxes. And that's not their taxes like we think taxes, that is just their sales tax. Thank you, Mary Kay. We don't have to do that. We don't have to say, is it a big deal if I sold in Arizona or Maine or Hawaii or Montana, or wherever? It doesn't matter. We have already paid our sales tax for it. Okay, so there, that's that sales tax part of the conversation. Okay, so going back to our example, we have the person wanted to buy 5 eye makeup removers, $100. So on the left side of your T, this is what we call cost of goods sold. Okay, that's what we pay to Mary Kay. If we were buying $100 worth, if we were buying 5 eye makeup removers, how much would we pay to Mary Kay, not including tax? How much would we pay to Mary Kay to buy 5 eye makeup removers?
$50.
$50. So on the left side, it is a set $50 cost, $50. So that now on the right side of our graph, so that means we have the potential to have $50 profit that we could be putting in our pocket. But as a business owner, we have things we have to account for that will take out of that $50. So we're going to start making a list of some of the things that could possibly, that you have to think about as a business owner. So one of the reasons, commercial time, coming back to this thought, commercial time, just so you know, it's a commercial here in the middle. When you go to a normal job, okay, you go to a normal job, they say you agree to work for this amount of money, this many hours, and they give you a paycheck. But when you get your paycheck, they have already taken out taxes and you get to function on what's left. Okay? When you own a business, what the government says is, okay, here's how much money you collect. You get to take out everything that cost you to get to the stage to sell that product. That's what they call expenses. And your profit is less. And we're only going to take taxes out of your profit. Okay, so instead of so when we go to figure out your income tax, which a lot of us in the back of our heads goes, how do I do this? You are not being charged income tax in this example on $50 because $50 is not straight profit. There's expenses we need to drop out of it. Now, this is when you work with your tax person, whatever, they help you legally list those, and then we get charged on our profit on our Mary Kay. Okay, so there's your little commercial in the middle. We are talking, owning a business is not as simple as, oh, I'm going to put a sign in my front yard and it's going to say Mary Kay and everyone's going to form a really, really, really long line and they're going to sign up and buy product from me. It's not that easy. If owning a business was that easy, everybody would do it and everybody would be a millionaire and would do it all the time. But you hear of people starting and stopping businesses all the time. You see businesses that have brick and mortars that actually have a location. They start and stop all the time because owning a business is amazing, but it's not as simple as, oh, here's my product, hand me the thing, and I'm done with it. So yes, this is part of yes, it's not always necessarily the funnest part of the business, but it's the part that actually helps you make more money. So that's why I want to stop the bleeding. Apparently early morning makes me thirsty. Okay, so now we have the $50 left because it cost us half to the company. So now let's make a list of some things that cost us money to get our product. One thing on the right-hand side that I would like you to list is shipping and handling. It is one of the first things because shipping, we have to get the product delivered to us from Mary Kay Corp. Okay, so one of the things we have to list is shipping and handling. A couple things about shipping and handling. There is several ways. You have the stamp. So if you are shipping in smaller boxes, it's giving you the option. Do you want to pay $14.95 or $15.95 for that product to arrive? The difference is currently FedEx is our shipper. If you choose the lower rate, what's going to happen is it goes Mary Kay corporate shipping, puts it in a box. They FedEx picks up the box. FedEx drops the box off at your local post office, the post office picks up the box, and then the post office is the one who actually delivers it to your door. You are paying for slower delivery. That extra cost, FedEx picks up the box and FedEx does not stop by the post office. FedEx keeps bringing the box directly to you. Okay, so there's a difference on that. A little bit of it is have you planned in such a way that if you're going to have the option that your boxes are small enough that you have the option on the cost, have you planned out ahead that you can wait that long for your product to show up? Now, why you may not want to wait. I'm talking about things that bleed your business, things that cost you, indirectly cost you money. Customer service and how quickly and how well you love your customers. Now, I'm not talking, do you think they're a nice person? I'm not talking, do you smile at them? I'm talking how well, if they're comparing your business to the business next to them, how well do you love them as a business owner? Do you catch my drift in what the difference of those two comments are? If I was, okay, so we're going to go back to our eye makeup removers. We have these, if she says she wants these eye makeup removers, do you think she wants to wait a week or more for them to arrive? No, because she asked for you to have them for her now. Think about it. We go into a store. Do you like it when the shelf is empty? No. And if it's empty, what happens? You go, and it makes you not feel good. When we don't deliver product to our customers efficiently, it gives oh, okay. Well, this must not be that high on her list of a priority of what she does for her life. This is why you will hear people say, some people do Mary Kay as a hobby or as a part-time thing. And some people, this is their business. Okay, I'm trying to be real and raw about how do you make more money in your business. Part of it is we have to do things to treat our business truly like a business. One of it is what are you doing to, as quickly as possible, get the product in the person's hand. Because if they ask for it, that means that they probably want it. Okay, more on that later. So, okay, shipping and handling. Bleeding, do you actually have product available for people? Shipping and handling is one expense. Another expense that we have to think about is, how does somebody know that you are a Mary Kay person? Okay, let's be basic. How are they going to know it? 4 times a year, you have the opportunity to send lookbooks directly to your customers. Okay, it is 4 times a year. They print out the brand new lookbook and you get to drop it with your name, all your contact information directly into your customer's house or whatever mailing address is. Does that sound like a good idea? I think yes. Okay, that is an expense we have to be prepared to pay. It is 90 cents per book. So as a business owner, it should not be a shock that we have shipping and handling. It should not be a shock that we have this coming up 4 times a year. Does that make sense to everybody? These are logical business expenses. And this is why, one of the reasons why sometimes when people say, oh, you know, I'm just going to start my business and I'm going to put $100 into it, I'm going to say it's really hard to function a Mary Kay business on $100.
Yeah.
Because what other business in the universe, yes, you have the right to order product, absolutely, for the $35. But if you are going to keep thinking small like this as a business owner, Mary Kay, it's really hard for Mary Kay to pay you big if you keep thinking small. Does that make sense to everybody? Businesses, including Mary Kay, will pay you at the rate of you're willing to work it. Okay, so we have shipping and handling. We have thinking about PCP, preferred customer. That's what that's called, to ship out the books. How many like to have people just hand you the box? Or is it more of a wow if maybe you put some tissue paper on there, maybe a little wow if you put a couple little mints in there, maybe it was nice if you put a little note in there. Maybe, hey, they might buy more products if you put samples in there. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Okay, if we want samples, we need to have samples. If you want tissue paper, you need to have tissue paper. So, okay, let's just pick on those 2 things. If I had to choose for the longevity of my business, which is more important? If I only have a small amount of money, is it more important that I have samples or more important I have beautiful tissue paper?
Samples.
Samples. Why? Because samples will allow you to help the person think about more products. Our job is for people to touch and try products. But if you don't have okay, so if you choose to not have tissue paper, and I'm saying you have to, there's ways to make this cute and adorable without tissue paper. You could make a handwritten note on a lunch bag that you have at the house. You could color it, big deal. It's cute. It's a hand touch. It's woo. Okay, it's great. It's awesome. But it's really hard. Does that make sense? So part of this as a business owner, we have to think through some of the other things that we can think and try through. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. Teaching about money is really hard to do in 30 minutes. So this is a part of a start. I'm going to give you another thing. This is Money 101. We are not finishing the money subject tonight. Okay. Just today, just to let you know. One of the biggest things I need you to do for your money, your Mary Kay money, is I need you to get it separate from everything else you do. What do I mean by that? Most of us have our own home checking account. We have a place that we store our money. Most of us do not store it under the mattress anymore. We have a bank that we put our money in. Okay. We need to have a separate place to have your Mary Kay funds, not these funds. The reason why, it's really tempting to mix money when it's over here. Government and taxes love it when they're completely separate. Okay. Now, this is a Mary advice. If where you do your banking right now allows you to open a separate checking account with a separate debit card, if they allow you to do that for free, do it. You don't need a business account. You just need a separate checking account. Do you need a business account? No, because business accounts cost way too much money. You are not going to be, that's a bank term of a way to get more money out of people. That's what a business account is at a bank. It's a way to get more money out of you. You just need a separate banking account. If where you bank, if where you store your money, they want to charge you a monthly fee to do that, please, Mary's advice, go to a local credit union and open an account. Why? I am not, but most credit unions will open your account for free as long as you keep $5 there. No monthly service charge. They don't charge you for it. Is you're a member, so that's your $5 fee to belong. And then you can have your checking, you can have your debit card. There you go. That's what you need. I don't need one of your business line items under shipping and handling, PCP. I also don't need banking fees. Because if you think about it, if you're being charged $10 a month, and that seems low compared to a lot of banks, $10 a month to have your banking there, that means you have to make at least $120 a year to first offset the banking fees before we get anywhere near profit. If I'm going to go through the effort to help people try product, I would like to finally have some cash that I can play with. Anybody else? I think we're in it for the little bit extra cash. Make sense? Okay, so there's my commercial on that. So get it separate, get it someplace where you're not paying for it. The reason being, and I think this is really most of humanity. And like I said, we're going to come back to more money things. But here's the temptation. You go and we're going back to our example of our eye makeup remover. Our customer buys their eye makeup remover and we're going to, Judy, we're going to pick on you because you're there. You collect your $107 because that's what she said. That's how much it is with tax. You put the cash in your pocket because you're going to go home and put your order in for the 5 eye makeup removers. But on the way home, you need to stop by the store because your car's running low on gas and you need some, I don't know, you need some creamer for your coffee. I don't know, whatever. Okay, is it not tempting to take this cash that's in your hand and now spend it? Yes, because it's in your hand. You're human. It's a temptation. But spending that cash for your business at the grocery store at that minute is like as if you were at work and you walked over to the till, you walked over to the cash register, you picked out $107 and you went and you said, oh, wait, I got to stop by and get gas and I have got to get creamer. I'm just going to use this money from where I work. Is that legal? Is it legal to take money out of the till where you work? No. Spending this directly before you've handled your business expenses is the same thing. This is why so many people who are in small businesses end up going business bankrupt because they're spending their money over here without taking care of their business expenses. Because if you stop by and you took the money out for gas and you took the money out for the creamers, are you going to have enough money left to place your order to order those eye makeup removers? Probably not. And then you're going to say, I don't have money to order products. I've got to wait until I get money to order. The thing is, you may have money, but you gave up on it. So money 101, let's get your money separate. So now we know what is Mary Kay money and what isn't. So that Mary Kay, my reminder is, I started with nothing. I started with barely having anything, and I have built this into a business that every year I'm profit all the way, bottom line, profit in just my sales over 20K a year. Okay, profit. I'm not talking just what people pay me. I'm talking what gets to go into my family budget every year just based on sales is 20K. Would that help your family? I'm thinking that's a solid yes. This is why I'm trying to sit back and say, okay, what can we do that is true for you? What are ways that we're bleeding our business? What are things we're doing? The biggest thing I see is people take their Mary Kay money and instantly drop it into their home budget. And then they don't leave enough for their budget there. They basically stranglehold their business because they no longer have money to have a place where they can make money because they are not keeping the money over where the money can make money. So lesson 1, get your money separate. Lesson 2, start knowing what are places that money where are things, income producing activities. That's why I'm going to go back to this sheet. Over on the side, it says, these are things that we can do that get us closer to us actually collecting money from people. They're called income producing activities. As I said, these sheets are in the book that Julia gave us. They are also on the Julia Bundy Gardner website, and I will post it again on our Star Catchers page because, as I will come back to another lesson on this, this is ways that we can produce money, but we also just have to get this money separate so we don't get confused what is business and what it isn't. So we get our hands out of our business till and putting it into our home pocket long before it's ready to be profit. Start with this.